So we got an interesting question this week from a husband who is nervous and anxious about his wife's new interest in sex.
Now, why would he be worried about that? Why isn't he celebrating?
Well, that's a good question. I guess because she wasn't that into sex, and now he said she's watching pornography, she got a vibrator, she's telling him about different sex acts she wants to try.
Or she's had an affair.
Which can be stimulating.
It always worked for me.
Or she made out with a chick. You know what I mean?
No, they don't mind that because they can insert themselves into that scenario.
Or she found Dotson and Ross. She did something. Something
like
came into her life that made her feel entitled to pleasure and confident enough to say, "Guess what, babe? I'd like to do X, Y, and Z."
Now, why isn't he thrilled to death over this, or thrilled to life over this? Why wouldn't he go, "Wow, my wife's really turned on to sex. We're having a great time."
Like, why isn't he writing and saying, "Betty, my wife is finally into it. What can I do?"
I want to keep this going. It's great. It's like now he's very worried.
Well, I think the world is scared of sexually liberated women.
Oh, indeed.
As one, I can testify. I know you can too.
I can testify. So why do we frighten traditional, we have to say traditional men?
Yes, not all men.
The smart sexual men love and adore us. Now, you know that.
It's true.
And we do know that. And thank you. We like being loved and adored.
And appreciated.
Yes, absolutely. But traditional men really want women to be quiet, unassuming.
Frigid.
Well, you know, I wasn't going to say.
Well, good girls always say no at first. You want to know that someone's not sexually active, might have an STD. Like, you want to know that that's kind of, clean for you, so you can stick your dick wherever you want. But you kind of want to know that she has low mileage.
Well, we know the old saying, a saint in the home and a whore in the bedroom. No, a saint in the living room and a whore in the bedroom. We're just whores all the time, I'm afraid.
Well, I think the thought is that if you really like sex, that you're indiscriminate. Because I think, it's okay for a man to be indiscriminate. So they kind of model it after.
Oh, he's notching his belt. That's a positive. Yeah. And even when, back in my era, which is a long time ago, that the consensus was that it's good for a young man to have experience because he's going to have to teach his wife. Then one day I said, well, who is he having this experience with?
Probably an older woman who knows what she's talking about.
Or someone who is a slut.
With sex skills. Somewhere along the line, there's a woman with sex skills that's teaching the guy.
And instead of celebrating, they're suspicious. The whole culture is suspicious. We know that the entire culture is very suspicious of sex. It's an energy that will not be controlled by Republicans or Democrats. It's an energy that cannot be totally suppressed. It's an energy that is the life force, and it's just too strong an energy.
And there's no profit motive. You know what I'm saying? Like, with sex, it's kind of just this instinct. So you can't game it out.
Yeah, you stay home tonight and have sex. How much does that cost?
Nothing.
That danger element is also...
Well, sex is dangerous.
It's kind of thrilling.
It is. Things can happen.
Yeah.
There are consequences to sex.
So the sexual double standard doesn't work for men or women.
Well, because it cuts both at the same way.
Yep.
Because if you want a woman to be sexually, you want someone who's open to different kinds of experiences and really likes it and likes it with you. You can't, it's not a switch. You can't just throw it on and off. You can't be a good girl and say no and get married and then shoot, now you're a whore. Like, it doesn't work like that.
Well, one or the other has to be faked. And the one that won't be good faking is trying to be sexually sophisticated in the bedroom. She won't know what to do. She'll be pre-orgasmic. She'll be lost. She won't know how to give you a good blowjob. You aren't going to get any finger up your butthole. You know what I mean? Nothing good is going to happen.
Nothing you watch online is going to happen.
What did I just say? Let's get rid of the double standard. Let's just admit that we're all sexual.
Yes, we are.
And sex is so much fun, and it is such a good thing for people to share. And I'm going to repeat, it is cost-effective entertainment.
So celebrate a sexually liberated woman.
Yes, and stay home tonight and have sex. Okay.